Hey, what's up guys? It's Ari. Welcome back to my channel. So today is kind of like a part 2 of how to make a GFX, but today we're going to be using a rig. Last time we did not use a rig and this is how it turned out. I think it turned out pretty well for not using a rig, but I like using a rig so much better. It just looks so much nicer in the end. So we're going to start by exporting our character from Roblox Studio. So I showed this in the last video, but I'll just do a brief version. So you're going to open Roblox Studio, log in, select base plate, go to plugins, and you're going to need the load character plugin, and I will leave a download link in the description. So just delete this and type in your own username, and make sure spawn at origin has an X on it, otherwise it will mess up the whole thing. You can spawn R6 or R15, but R6 is a lot easier to work with, so I would recommend only R6, honestly. I mean, you can do R15, like, there's nothing saying you can't, but it will just turn out a lot worse. Okay, you can close this now, and right click or click with 2 fingers on your username, scroll down and click export selection, then I'm gonna name it tutorial, I cannot spell, tutorial rig. Okay, make sure you do not save it to Macintosh HD or wherever the default is. I'm just gonna save it to my desktop. Press save, and then boom, they all appeared right here. So you're gonna have an MTL, an OBJ, and a text, which is a texture. Next, you can just close Roblox Studio and press no. Okay, so now you're going to need the rig, of course. So I tried a ton of different rigs, download rigs from lots of different videos, and they all made Blender crash, but then I finally found one that works, so I'm going to leave it in the description. So it's a Google Drive file, and it doesn't have any bugs or viruses. I've used it multiple times. As you can see, I've downloaded it before, and it works really well. No bugs, nothing. It's completely safe. So press download, and this is my 3rd time downloading it. Okay, and then you can just go out of Chrome or Safari, whatever you're using. Okay, so it should be in your downloads. It's going to be called default.blend. I'm just going to rename it to tutorial, but you guys don't have to do this. Okay, so to open this, you can just double click it. Boom, it should open. If it doesn't, you can just open Blender and press File, Open, and then find it. There. And if you don't have Blender, then you're going to need it for this tutorial. I'm kind of basing this off of the fact that you guys have probably already watched the other video. So if you haven't watched the other video, I talk a lot about the basics in there. So I think I would really recommend watching that one first, but you don't have to. It just might be a little bit more confusing because I'll be a little bit more brief with how to do things. Okay, so press Shift F on your keyboard and you can move around. Press W, A, S, and D to move in the directions. Okay, so we do not want this head here because we want our own avatar's head. So to delete something, right click or click with 2 fingers on your trackpad, press X, and then delete it. So we want to delete the head, the eyes, the mouth, and the tongue. Make sure you do not click on any of the little lines because that itself is part of the rig, and if you click on any of those and delete them, it will make the whole ending thing so much more complicated. So make sure you're only deleting the gray bits. Now that we're done, I'm just going to move back a little. Okay, so if we put this in rendered, which is a preview of the final product, it is pink. And we really do not want our avatar to look pink, so we're going to need to put in our avatar's clothes. But really quick, let's make it a little brighter. Click on the world, and then click ambient occlusion. Okay, that's much better. It's still a little grainy, so we're going to click this second icon right here, and click denoising. Also, make sure up here that you are in Cycles Render, not Blender Render. All right, now click this again and go back to Material or Texture. Up here, there are going to be a couple lines. When your cursor becomes a plus, drag down halfway. Okay, then click this box and go to Node Editor. At first, there's going to be nothing here, so make sure you right-click on one of the body parts. Then a bunch of stuff will appear. I cannot speak, I'm sorry. Okay, so you're going to want to find the node called Image Texture, and there's a lot of stuff here. Don't mess with any of these settings, just click this little File button and find your texture. So here is mine. Okay, and then the texture should be on your avatar. To close this, you can just drag up until you see a faint arrow right here. Let go, and it's gone. Alright, so now we have our avatar's texture. If you go to rendered, it looks perfect, but we do need a head. So to add your character's head, go to File, Import, Wavefront OBJ, and then mine was tutorial rig, so open tutorial rig or whatever it's called, .obj. Okay, so now it's backwards, and we have the whole body. So first, we're going to need to rotate it using the second tool here. I do a lot more in-depth description of the tools in my first video, so if you're a bit confused with the tools, make sure you watch that one. Okay, so once you have it rotated to about the right place, it does not have to be perfect, select the move tool and just drag it over. If you have any accessories like wings or bags or little things, I would recommend deleting those because it'll make the end thing a little bit more complicated, but you don't have to. So to delete multiple things, press Shift while you right click or press with 2 fingers. So delete the legs, delete the torso, and delete the arms. Basically, you want to delete everything that is shown here. So now we have the head left, and we can drag it back over to the body. If you have accessories on your head like glasses or sparkles or something, I really recommend going to Tools and joining them so they're all one piece, so they stay together. It just makes it a lot easier in the end. Okay, so now we have our avatar all set up. We're going to add a camera. So press Add, go up to Camera. Okay, it should appear right there. You can always drag and move the camera around, but you won't know exactly where it is by doing this. So you go to View, Camera, and then it will show you what the render will look like when it's done. So to position the camera, just use Shift F and WASD to position it, and you can use E and Q to go up and down. To change the size, or not the size, the shape of the camera, click on the camera icon. Make sure this is at 100% right here. You can just drag it up. And since I'm going to be making a profile picture like the last video, I'm going to make this 1080 by 1080. Okay, so I don't really want my whole avatar in it. I'm going to be doing a similar pose to last time. I'm just going to kind of go right here. Alright, so the last thing before we pose it is the background. So if you scroll down here, hang on, let's get out of camera. If you want a transparent background, you can just click transparent right here, and then you can make your own background. Make sure that where it says FFmpeg video, you click on that and switch it to PNG. If you don't want it transparent, don't click that. Go to the world, and then where it says color, you can pick any color you want. So for example, this purple color, there, now purple is your background color. But I kind of want to do my own background, and I might do that in another video. So you can just leave it like the basic color and go down to transparent. Okay, so now I'm going to move to a better position to see my avatar. Okay, let's click off the camera. There we go, that's a little bit better so I can actually see. And then here is where it gets really fun. Oh my god, I know I said this in the last video, but this is where it gets really fun, positioning the avatar. So I'm going to scroll this back a little bit so we have lots of space here. Alright, so now it's time to go into what these little things, these lines are. So these little lines are how you position the avatar, and you guys are going to be amazed at this. So for example, this one up here, if we go to rotate, moves the whole arm like this, but it like stays in one position. It like doesn't move, you know, like an actual arm, it stays hinged like a joint. The second one down here moves your arm, oh, wrong one, moves your arm up and down like this. There are knee ones. I'm using a mouse, which I usually don't do. So you can move your knees back. I'm actually not sure what this one does. I've never used this before. Oh, that is like your legs, like if you're going to do the splits or something. Then there's like your waist. Or no, that's actually your whole body. I wonder what this one does. Oh, that's just your waist. Oh, this is so cool. I've actually not done a lot of these. And I think this might be your head. Oh no, that's actually pieces up here that we don't need. Okay, and then here, this zigzaggy one is your wrist. You can move like the 2 pieces of the hand. So if you wanted to make it like a heart shape or something, or like it's holding something, you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to position my avatar. I'm going to speed it up for you guys, and I'll come back to you when I'm done. Oh wait, really quick, I forgot to say what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting one hand on her hip and her other arm straight down like the last one, but I'm going to be showing you how much better it looks and how much easier it is. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm happy with my pose, and as you guys can see, it moves the body parts so much like smoother and you don't have to like mess around with them going up and down and all these random places. So I like, you can probably tell why I like rigs a lot better. They are a little bit more confusing and a little bit harder to get used to, but I think they're definitely worth it. So the last thing we're going to do is up here, we're just going to click render. Then your image should start rendering. Okay guys, so I just pressed ESC or escape because I noticed something that I did not like, and you guys can always do that if you find something that you don't like in your GFX. So I really want her hand to be on her hip, but currently, as you can see, it's right in front of it. So there's a really easy fix to that. I'm just going to do that really quick, and I'll just come back to you when I'm done with the rendering. Okay, now that it's done rendering, go down to image and then save as image. I'm going to call this one rig tutorial because the last one was tutorial. Rig tutorial. Save as image, and let's see if it worked. Okay, it's right there. And I'm pretty sure it is transparent even though the background is black while this one is gray. If it's not transparent, like that just means it's because I messed around with the coloring here, but it should be transparent for you guys as long as you don't mess around with coloring and then make it transparent. So yeah, it's probably fine. And even if it's not transparent, you can still do your own background, and I can make a tutorial on that if you guys want. So anyway, here are the two GFXs side by side without a rig and with a rig, and they are slightly different. I think I like this one a lot better, especially because if you look here at the elbow, it's a lot smoother, while here it's kind of chunky there. Sorry if you hear stuff in the background. My sister's a little bit upset. Also, this one zoomed in a little bit more, so you can kind of see the pixelatedness of, that's not a word, but the pixelatedness of the outfit, and that will only happen to you guys if you have like a low quality outfit, which I do because there's only like 5 Robux. But anyway, yeah, here are the two side by side. I hope you guys enjoyed these tutorials. If you want any more tutorials like how to make a custom background or something like that, I will definitely do those. They're super fun for me to make. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit the post notification bell so you never miss another upload, and like, and I will see you all next time. Bye!